Hi and welcome back to our QGIS lessons. I'm Tim Aubrey from DMAD Mammals Research Association, and if you've been watching the lessons in order, then I imagine that you're sick to death of listening to the various issues that we can have with coordinate reference systems and the various types and things, but they're really important, and in this example I'm going to show you using QGIS why they're so important. So in this lesson we're going to be very quickly putting what we learned about coordinate reference systems into practice using the example of the country of Montenegro. And if I right click on my Montenegro shapefile, we can see that if we go to properties and then we go to source, so that's the cog with the spanner in front, that our coordinate reference system is WGS 84. So that's the World Geodetic System 84. It's called 84 because that's the year that it was invented. So 1984 is the year that it was invented. And if we go to our project coordinate reference system, we can see that just by going to properties, project and then properties, that our CRS, so you might have to come down to the CRS toolbar on the left, is also set in WGS 84, so the World Geodetic System. And we've got this map on the right hand side which shows across, which is our area, so the area we're working in, and also the red extents show the area that the projection is suitable for. Montenegro actually falls in UTM zone 34. So you can just see still it's inside this strip, which is UTM 34, and because we're in the northern hemisphere I want UTM 34N. I use this quite frequently because I work in Montenegro quite a lot, so I've already got it in my recently used coordinate systems, but you might just have to search this code, so 32634, and you'll notice that if I move this to the side and then click apply, my Montenegro shaped country file changes quite a lot, and that's because my projections change quite a lot. So I'll just put it back on WGS 84 and press apply, and you'll see it goes back to how it was. So there's quite a big difference between how our two coordinate systems are displayed. So I'll leave it in the UTM 34N, and I'm going to go back to my layers, and I'm going to right click and go on the properties again. And if I go back into my source, you'll see that even though we're displaying the data in the CRS of UTM 34N, my data is still in WGS 84. So it hasn't changed my data type. So it's not affected the projection of my data file, of my layer, but it has affected the projection of how we're seeing this layer, and this is called an on-the-fly projection. So it means that even though our data has not been changed, how we're seeing our data has changed. And so what we need to do in order to change our data into the UTM 34 is we just right click on our data layer, come down into where it says export, go to save features as Esri shapefile, go into whatever lesson it is you're saving, just has to be a sensible place, and I've already created this, so I'm just going to save over it, MNE UTM 34, and then under this CRS we just want to make sure that we are clicking on UTM 34N, so we're projecting to UTM zone 34N. OK, and then you just click OK. I'm going to overwrite the file because I already had that file, so just overwrite the file, and you'll see that it comes up here, UTM 34N, and I can turn these layers on and off, and you'll see it makes literally no difference, even though one is projected in WGS 84 Mercator and this is projected in UTM 34N. So the takeaway lesson from this is that despite our data being in different coordinate systems, it's going to be displayed in whatever coordinate system our projected coordinate reference system is. So whatever our project coordinate reference system is how we're going to see all of our data. So it's really important to check your individual files before you begin to do any sort of data analysis tasks or any geoprocessing. And we're going to look at an example of that in the next lesson. So I'll see you then.